Hello everybody and welcome back then to the VALVIK Marble League. With me as always, Frankie. And that's right, a brand new team is joining the league for Season 3 in the form of the Pyre Prowlers. We're glad to have them. But meanwhile in the overall standings, the Balls of Zen took the lead after their winning collision. Carbons dropped to second, Sailors in third, and the Sky Scouts back in fourth. Let's see how Event 12 shakes out the standings. With, of course, the Jousting Duel, demoed by our brand new team, the Pyre Prowlers, 2 members on each side. Essentially how the Jousting Duel works is 2 teams will go head to head, literally, in pushing that block down there as far away into the other enemy's side as possible. As you can see there, Pyro and Scorched get a 2.65 over their teammates, Burn and Flame. Of course, it's a bracket style event, so the losers of each round will go head to head themselves as well, so they have to keep in mind that the more the losing gap is, the lower you are on the standings. But here is our bracket for today. Starting off, of course, with match number 1 between Atomics and the Kitsune Rush. Atomics there have their Captain Nucleus and Reserve Orbit. Let's see what they can do against the Kitsune Rush. They're off now. First contact there and the second contact there. Oh, and Atomics brilliant launch there. Orbit going very far, going very quickly into Nucleus, then into the block. As you saw there, the first contact was pretty much neutral, a little bit in the favor of the Kitsune Rush there, but that second marble from the Atomics there, Orbit, came in to give them a very good push then into the side of the Kitsune Rush, and they will advance with a 3. That's a very large gap there for Kitsune Rush. Match 2 now, Cue Balls and the Carbons. Of course, these two known for fighting each other on the track. Ooh. Oh, and good comeback there for the Carbons though. That's very good. The Cue Balls had the early advantage there, but the Carbons came in at the last second there. Fiber and Graphite. Let's take a look at the replay then. Fiber stopping the push of 9-Ball there, and Graphite pushing into Fiber into the block to give the Carbons that much needed advantage, and it's a 0.25 win in favor of the Carbons. The Cue Balls cannot go any further. Match 3 now, Coastline Crescents and Team Echo. Of course, 2 new teams. They're actually back-to-back gold medalists. They medaled one after another. Into the block there first, go Team Echo. Oh, and they will not have any chance there, the Coastline Crescents. Team Echo with a beautiful strategy there to stay right by the block as the Coastline Crescents went in. Take a look at the replay again. And look at that, Renew there, managing to get pretty much on top of the block while the other marble was coming in to help them give that extra bit of push. Another 3 from Team Echo, which means that the Coastline Crescents and the Kitsune Rush will have to go in a tiebreaker to determine that position. As we go into match number 4 now, they're already off. Flaming Cherries and the Sailors there. First contact pretty neutral there, but the Flaming Cherries then. Beautiful push there. Again, that second marble is very crucial in this scenario when that first push is pretty much neutral. As we saw now, a little bit in the favor of the Sailors there, but Burgundy bumping into Cardinal, bumping into the block there, and Starboard had no chance to stop the push of the Flaming Cherries there. So they will advance with a 0.50 over the Sailors. Match 5 now, Golfbirds and the Sushi Squad. And they're off. Into the block now. Another neutral push there. And again, another win from the left side. The Golfbirds this time, 1.40. We saw that previously with, of course, the Flaming Cherries and the Sailors. This one was even more neutral of a push because the block didn't move pretty much whatsoever. And then that second marble from the Golfbirds, crucial in getting them the win. You can see how much teamwork really matters in this type of event. Match 6 now with the Balls of Zen and the Poison Darts. Balls of Zen, of course, now have a championship to worry about as well, given that they are leading now for the first time in their careers. And a beautiful recovery there from the Balls of Zen. Wonderful stuff there. 1.5 there. The Poison Darts had the early advantage, had the first push. They got to the block first. But it doesn't mean that it's an automatic win, because look at that. Yin stopped the push there from Arrow. Yang, sorry, and then Yin came in to help Yang push the block more into the Poison Dart side, which gave them a 1.5 win. Balls of Zen advance. Scorperiors and Hammerheads now, two teams that have been struggling a little bit in this season. Scorperiors, of course, winners last season in the Jousting Duel. First touch, pretty neutral there, and oh! That is actually a lot closer than I imagined. From this angle, it's very far to see. But the Scorperiors will do it with a .05 win over the Hammerheads. We have to look at the replay there. Advantage to the Hammerheads after the first push, but oh, look at that! Inches into the Hammerhead side. Arthropod helping out Salamander to just get that extra little bit of push while the Hammerheads were pushing the other way as well. Alright, match 8 now for the matches. Team Whiteout and the Sky Scouts. This one determines the last team to get into the quarterfinals. First contact neutral there. Oh, second contact also a little bit neutral as well, but it looks like slightly in the side of the Sky Scouts, which means Team Whiteout will advance. Look at that. First touch was very neutral. The block didn't move whatsoever there. And then on the others, and then the second contact there, Team Whiteout and the Sky Scouts, both at the same time there, but Team Whiteout just that extra bit faster there. Here's the tiebreaker now then for 15th. Cosine Crescents and Kitsune Rush now. Rolling down the track now. First contact and then second contact. It's going to be a decisive win then for the Cosine Crescents. Not even needing to keep track of the score there. I think it might have been around a 2.5 or something. But again, you saw how crucial that second marble is in helping them get the overall win. Unfortunately, it's only 15 for the Cosine Crescents, a team that's been very up and down this season so far. But here's then our 8 teams that move on to the quarterfinals, and of course our bottom half, with the Hammerheads in P9 and the Cue Balls in 10. Sky Scouts, Sailors, Sushi Squad Poison Darts, and then Cosine Crescents and Kitsune Rush. Quarterfinals now, quarterfinals 1 now. Carbons and Atomics then. Of course, these two teams were friendly rivals there in the Chemist Cup. This is going to be an easy win there for the Carbons. It was actually not that as easy as I thought, because Atomics did have that push there, but it was not enough. So look at that. Nucleus tried very hard to push the block into the Carbon side there, but it's not enough, and they win by .10 over the Atomics. Still, for the Atomics, that could be a very good top 5 finish, perhaps top 6. Team Echo and Flamin' Cherries now. And they're off. And that's going to be an easy win there for the Flamin' Cherries. They were on top of it the entire run. Team Echo was not as fast to the block as the Flamin' Cherries were there. Look at that. They get to the block first. They stop the push from Team Echo, and then the other marble comes in to essentially seal the deal, stop the block entirely from moving. And they will win by .60. Funny enough, it's the first time that the Flaming Cherries have been in the top 4 for a very, very long time. I believe event 11 of last season. Alright, Goldbirds and the Balls of Zen now. Neutral push there for the first time, and the second time there, the second push, it will be the Balls of Zen. Once again, a very similar run to what they had in the match against the Poison Darts there. That first push, look at that, the first run, very neutral, that the block doesn't move whatsoever, and then Yin, once again, with a brilliant strategy there to get to the block before the marble from the Goldbirds there, and they will advance with a .55 over the Goldbirds. Alright. Scorperiors and Team Whiteout now for the final quarterfinal. And they're off. Into the block now they go. Oh, and that is very, very close there. .01. That is incredible stuff. The Scorperiors advance by the skin of their teeth pretty much. Team Whiteout were all over them, but look at that. That little extra push there from Salamander basically guarantees them that they will win. And look at that, inches into the Team Whiteout side there, .01. pretty much guarantees Team Whiteout will finish in 5th, but they cannot go any further though. That's our top 4. We have to determine now in which order. And our 5th through 8th, Team Whiteout, Atomics, Golfbirds, and Team Echo. Let's move on then to the semifinals with the Carbons and the Flamin' Cherries. And they're off. Flamin' Cherries there get into the block a lot faster than the Carbons there, and it will not matter. The Flamin' Cherries move on to the final and are guaranteed a medal. The Carbons will now have to fight for 3rd place. The Flamin' Cherries there, a lot more on top of their form than the Carbons there. I think the Carbons might also be a little bit tired from their previous runs so far. Everybody's getting tired at this point. But it will be a .60 victory over the Carbons for the Flamin' Cherries. Alright, Balls of Zen and the Scorperiors now. Can the Scorperiors repeat the success of last year? It's looking very likely so far. They're off now. Into the block they go first. And they do. And it's a very similar run to what we've seen before. It's going to be an easy win there for the Scorperiors. Actually a .10. Look at that. That is actually very, very close there between the two teams there. But Scorperiors just inches ahead and will take that win. Which means they're also guaranteed another medal. Scorperiors on a good run of points so far. Let's move on then to the match that determines 3rd. And ironically enough, it's the 2 championship protagonists, Balls of Zen and the Carbons. They're off. Into the block will go the Balls of Zen first. No, it's the Carbons. Look at that speed from Graphite there. It will not matter. The Carbons take bronze. They defeat the Balls of Zen head to head. The Balls of Zen, though, of course, are guaranteed to finish in 4th place. Look at that speed, though, there from Graphite, captain of the Carbons there. They were a lot faster than Yin going into the block. Yin was actually a little bit further ahead of the Carbons there, but it did not matter. Carbons in bronze. Alright, but now it's time for the final. Flamin' Cherries and the Scorperiors. Here we go then. And they're off. Flamin' Cherries a lot faster into the block there. Neutral push for the first push. And secondary push. It will be the Flamin' Cherries. By .27, the Flamin' Cherries have done it. They get gold in the Jousting Duel. The Scorperiors are denied. Look at that, first push neutral, a little bit in favor of the Scorperiors there, but then look at that, those second marbles came in at exactly the same time, but the Flamin' Cherries were that bit closer to the block there, which gave them the win essentially. But that's it, Flamin' Cherries in gold, Scorperiors take 2nd, Carbons in 3rd, Balls of Zen in 4th. But it's the Flamin' Cherries with their 2nd ever gold medal in the VALVIK Marble League. Congratulations to our podium finishers, Carbons, Scorperiors, and our gold medalists, the Flamin' Cherries. Well done then to the Flamin' Cherries for their first gold medal in a very long time. Congratulations also to the Scorperiors and the Carbons. Well, let's take a look then at those overall standings. And they're level on points. The top 2 on 148. Sailors in 3rd. Atomics jump up to 4th. Scorperiors move up 5 spots into 7th. But that's it from us from the VALVIK Marble League. Coming up next, we return to the Minor League for events 5 and 6, Block Pushing and Team Moguls. We'll hope to see you there. Goodbye.